random intersection into the beginning of this video because I think I'm going to mention it in like every video this week, but I am going to be going to Summer in the City in London from the 9th to the 11th. I might do a meetup in London or in Summer in the City because I'm going with a bunch of my mates. It's going to be really fun, but I haven't done a London meetup yet. So from the 9th to the 11th of August this year, I'm going Summer in the City. So basically go follow my Instagram because I will be, and or my Twitter because I'll be posting where I'll be, whereabouts I'll be, stuff like that over there. And also I'm going to be back in Dublin as well, so I may even do a Dublin meetup. If anyone's interested, please let me know, because if like no one's interested, I won't bother with it. So get back to the video. It didn't actually hurt that much, okay guys? Believe me, I'm not bullshit. It wasn't actually that bad, but I'm so glad I'm finally getting it done. And I will link everything of this tattoo place down below as well. So I know a lot of people are in like Devon Rock, so come down here, I don't care where you are in Devon, you've got to come here for a tattoo. I've decided for you. That's the final thing. It looks so cool. Thanks to Ty, I'll put all the information down of like the shop and everything and all his works. But this is so cool. It's actually cooler than I thought it would be, and that's always a good thing. And I'm really glad I actually got the sensor with the sensors and stuff. My great outro. Okay, let's do this. Hey there my dudes, I am Laddie. Welcome to another video. I'd say about, how many days ago would it be? Yeah, it'd be about a week ago now because I got it last Sunday and it's Sunday today. So a week ago from today I got the tattoo done. It's looking really nice. I just put all some oil stuff on it. It's faded a tiny bit because I had some issues with the healing process because I scraped it against something when it was meant to be healing and a lot of the stuff came off, so I'm hoping it's alright. It seems alright, it looks alright. However, I am excited, it looks really nice. I have the tattoo bug now, like I want so many more, but I thought I would just explain like what it means, what the tattoo means, because the design is such a personal design to me, and I'm actually going to be having some merchandise out in this design soon. So I may actually link it at the end of the video. If I can, I will put it up here. I will put it down in the description down below, whereabouts you can get this design. But I'm going to draw it up. I'm going to make t-shirts, things like that. It's a bit of a busy week, don't know if I'll be able to get it done this week, but maybe next week I can get all of the merch in the design of this tattoo done, because it is a very meaningful tattoo. And yes, I guess I'm just going to get into what it all means, because in my sketchbook here I have a bunch of designs, but on this page I have the design for the original tattoo that I had, the original one. It wasn't going to be filled with anything, but I decided I'd actually fill it with some sort of simplistic like galaxy type look. And so if I, on the screen, I'll just put like a photo of my tattoo so you guys can see like what I'm talking about when I'm talking about it. But at the top here we have, if I show you at the top here, we have, all of them are in Nordic runes. I just start off by saying, because my surname is Norman, and that means like Norseman, which means man of the north. And so my family are sort of like from the Vikings, from like the Nordic, you know, sort of Nordic ancestors. And that's why the Nordic runes, Elder Futhark, which is what this is, they all individually have meanings. All of the runes don't necessarily have like they're not necessarily a word, but they have like a kind of meaning. And so it really depends where you look. There are multiple different places that have different descriptions of what the runes mean. However, like, they have a general meaning or an embodiment of some sort of thing in life. So at the top is Manaz, and Manaz here is the Nordic rune for, it basically just means like man, human, self, humanity. These runes don't necessarily go in order, but I usually start at Manaz whenever I explain it. And whether that be man as in just being a man or being just a human or whatever. The second one is Berkana, and Berkana basically means birth. Like it can mean multiple things, so it can mean like earth, growth, health, all this sort of stuff, but it actually, I see it as like birth, when I was actually born, or a rebirth. It depends which order you want to read it round in. This one here, Uruz, is like a desire, an inner feeling, a sort of unconscious inner feeling, which is the way that it can be read. It also can mean sort of like, it's basically the perfect symbol, I've got it here, for the wildness, untamed potential, great energy, and expected changes in life in a positive way. So even though it's kind of negative, it's kind of positive, like it's an inner unconscious feeling for me of my dysphoria, and that inner unconscious feeling of Uruz represents sort of like that feeling of something wasn't quite right. When I didn't know that I was trans, but I knew that something wasn't right in me and I was trying to find who I was. But it also can be sort of expected changes in life, and obviously there were future changes as we look at me now. The next one that I have down here is, that one's the Thurizaz, and Thurizaz, I wrote it down as sort of hardship, pain, introspection, which is when I was in the worst stages of my dysphoria. This is one of the many different ways that people interpret this rune, but it says it's seen to be like, it's used a lot with Loki, the Norse trickster, the thorn, and it's grim and evil. It's sort of mainly connected with chaos and destruction by natural forces, and that I see as like my inner dysphoria. It represented it, and it represented after knowing that I had to make changes in life, then that was those issues with that inner dysphoria, that time of hardship. Finally, we get down to Raido at the bottom here. Raido down here basically means like a ride, a journey, a change, your destiny, sort of the ride, beginning the ride of the journey, or starting the journey of transitioning, starting the journey of, you know, my life, I guess, as an out trans person, which is what that one I think represented. And here it basically says, rune letter of a journey and movement, so moving towards my transition. The rune Raido basically was a perfect compass that would guide you to a better place in life, and I absolutely love that rune being down there at the bottom. It's guiding me to a better place in life, which I'm actually at the moment. Okay, so after that I've got Ehwaz, and Ehwaz kind of means, it's a rune of strength, and it's a rune of strength for me to get through the transition, to get through the hardships of the transition. And so I thought, after putting Raido, I thought I'd put Ehwaz, because that showed the strength that I needed to go through the transition and to go through with coming out and all these other things, my social and physical transition. It says on here, it's whether it be sort of a crucial change in your life, there must be phases that where the crucial changes in your life, either youth or adulthood, we must face changes as a part growing up process, strength to overcome them all. So that's what Ehwaz basically for planning the target and reaching it. And so after Ehwaz here I have Jera. So basically Jera is, I put it down in my book here, is like the ending of a change, you know, a transformation, a rebirth, that kind of stuff. I mean, it originally meant like, Jera originally meant like a good harvest, but in a more modern term, which I've just got here on my phone, which I think is perfect, it said this rune letter was regarded as the rewards for hardships or series of hardships that one had endured. Everything was happening as it should, and it was a time to enjoy the fruits of our efforts. And I think Jera is exactly the rune that I sort of am at right now, the rune that I'm I'm in the moment, I'm enjoying the fruits of my labor, the hard work, the money put into both my surgery and getting testosterone and transitioning and coming out to everyone, and I feel like I'm enjoying sort of the fruits of my labor right now, and that's why I think Yera is a really important one that I added to the tattoo. The final rune that I'm using today, it's not necessarily saying the final rune, but it does kind of follow a path around here, is Wunjo. And Wunjo, in my book here, I wrote it down as basically meaning joy, success, recognition, and contentment. I just wanted to sort of have something to say the joy of the end of the journey, and it's mainly associated basically with joy, hope, and harmony. Joy, hope, and harmony I wanted for the end of that, because hope that there isn't too much hope needed because I have, you know, got to where I need to be, but hope that it'll continue that way. Joy that I've found my way to the place I am right now, and harmony between me and my body. So obviously I know that I am not at the end of my journey. No one ever really is. When you're trans, you're always transitioning. There's always new hurdles to overcome. Not just trans people, everyone. There's always new hurdles to overcome in whatever journey or whatever thing you're doing in your life. However, I feel like looking at this tattoo, when it goes around, so from man, Manaz Berkana, when it goes from man to birth to inner struggles, to the beginning of a journey, to the end of the journey, to joy, contentment, and happiness in oneself, then it returns back to man. So even though I was born a man in my brain, at the end of the journey on this tattoo, I am a man more physically. And so it's sort of, the tattoo means so much, and I designed it this way, that it means so much that at the beginning of the journey, it's about sort of blending my mind, my body, and my soul, and you know, what I identify as my gender. And at the end of this journey, and shown on the tattoo, I've sort of managed to match that more with my body, and there's that contentment and just harmony. So I'm kind of calling it the harmony tattoo, because it's all about the journey to harmonize between my brain and my physical form. That was really hippie, but at some point I'm also going to get Algiz, which is Algiz is a protection, sort of like a protection rune, but I think I'm going to get some solar systems on this arm. In the center, the diamond here that you can see here, that's filled in with a little bit of a simplistic sort of galaxy, a star and a planet and stuff, the bit that's filled in there is actually a diamond shape. And in the ancient Nordic runes in Elder Futhark, it actually means Ingas, which is energy, grounded, balance, all that sort of stuff. I wanted Ingas in the center because I wanted it to be like the energy I needed to get through all of this transition, to get through life, the energy of the universe that was needed. And so that's why I put Ingas in the center, and I filled it with a little bit of a sort of simplistic galaxy design. So it's basically got a planet there. I do have to get it redone a little bit, get some of the stars put back in because they faded a little. But I filled it in with like a simplistic, because it was the artist's style. He does very simplistic styles. And so I got him, oh, my cupboard's open. Ooh. I got him to basically fill it with a simplistic galaxy design to show that Ingas is the energy of the universe to go through this transition. And I am going to get this design drawn up as soon as possible. I am also getting a bunch of other merch done. I think what I'm going to do, I was going to announce the design of the merch in this video, but what I'm going to do is I am actually going to do a whole video where I announce multiple things of merchandise and cool little things that I'm adding to the channel. So this has been a really fun video to film. I've got to edit so many of these videos right now, so I'm gonna get down to editing because I have so many that I need to get out there. But yeah, it's a really large tattoo. It's very personal to me. If you guys want to get the tattoo, I mean, I personally would prefer it just to be me that has it. However, I know showing it online, people will get the tattoo, and there's not much like I can do about that because I know I put it online. And that's why I wanted to get it first, because I know I'm the first one to have this tattoo. I am the first one that gets this tattoo. This is sort of my... It's personal to me because no one has had this before me. If someone gets it after me, whatever, that happens. Things happen like this. But yeah, and I have so many more designs and cool designs for tattoos and merchandise. A lot of my tattoos I'm making into merchandise because the designs are so cool, and meaningful, that I thought that it would be a cool way to go. And I think I might make those like this some sort of logo for something because it's so nice. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Alejandro Jr. is joining us for the end of this video. I don't know what my hair is doing. I have also, if you guys don't recognize this background, I've moved in to, I basically moved in to my uni sort of room, and it's a very big room. I have a whole wall backdrop to basically film any video I need in front of, which is perfect. And I have this lovely double bed here. I will show you guys maybe in a future video, but I just moved all my stuff up here. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe. I have so many videos out this week. I'm probably gonna have like 3 videos out this week, so that's really fun. So check all of my other videos out if you haven't seen them this week. And me and Alejandro Jr. say goodbye and we love you. Yay, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Wow, that was fun. Don't know what I'm doing. Okay.